Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Terrestrial Material, the two scoops section of the show. My name is Ice Cream Shots, and this is going to be really quick. I just wanted to do a two scoops, a little bit of my thoughts on the new AARO website, what I think that could mean for ufology. You know, what do we really think's going on with this thing? So I want to pull up the video courtesy of John Greenwald because, of course, and he's always on top of this kind of stuff. Move this over. Okay, and we'll go through this, and of course we'll pause and break and stuff as we go, but it should be interesting enough.
In other news, the department is launching a website on the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office to provide the public with information concerning AARO and its efforts to understand and resolve unidentified anomalous phenomena. This website will provide information, including videos and photos, on resolved UAP cases as they're declassified and approved for public release.
As they're declassified and approved. Yeah. I mean, whatever that's supposed to mean as far as us getting anything, juicy at that point. AARO is definitely going to take their time and sanitize things down a little bit, probably, most likely.
The website's other content includes reporting trends and frequently asked questions section, as well as links to official reports, transcripts, press releases, and other resources that the public may find useful. The department is committed to transparency with the American people on AARO's work on UAPs. The website will serve as a one-stop shop for all publicly available information related to AARO and UAP, and AARO will regularly update the website with its most recent activities and findings as new information is cleared for public release.
There it is. This is, I think, the biggest takeaway to take from this video. Because I've seen it before, the whole 7.5 minutes, but it's a one-stop shop, meaning that the Pentagon has finally successfully kind of created this funnel that the more I look back on this now with Kirkpatrick and what they've been trying to do, the Pentagon wise, to kind of shut everything down. This is what I think that they've been trying to create, this funnel where they could take all of the videos, all of reporter questions, any videos that come out just into the public that aren't even, from a military or any other branch of the government. They've been looking for a way to funnel it all in and kind of control it at that point, and probably squash it, quite frankly.
You can see AARO's new website at www.
Which I want to say is brilliant. When you really think about it, boy, oh boy, all of ufology, we really, really just underrate how smart these guys are sometimes.
AARO.mil. Let me go to Liz here.
On the UAP website that was released and announced today, how can you ensure that the reported sightings are legitimate and real? How will that be investigated? Can you talk about that process to make sure, people don't put in jokes?
Sure. Well, broadly speaking, it's important to understand that first of all, as I highlighted right now, the posting of the website is the next step in this process in terms of ensuring that the public has information and insight into UAPs. And so what you see today is what has been declassified to date. As we move ahead into the future, there will be a subsequent update to that site that will allow DoD service members or civilians to provide reports via a private and secure means. And again, that's a critical aspect of this, is ensuring that information can be received in a way in which it will be properly handled.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna take your reports and they're gonna make all the decisions on whether or not they like it and whether or not they want to release it. I mean, disclosure is not gonna come from a website, guys. I hate to be the one to say this. This website, it's really gonna most likely do more harm than good. But I don't know how active this AARO website really is going to be. AARO is going to be past this point. I know they have on a guy that's coming in to take over Sean Kirkpatrick's spot as running AARO, and so it almost seems like they kind of have Kirkpatrick get out there and take all the heat and say that there's nothing going on. And then they bring in some new guy to take over who doesn't know anything that's going on with it. And he doesn't have any clearances to be able to go in and look at anything. And he's just going to be able to have plausible deniability for everything at that point. But I mean, kind of what she asked the man here, are they going to like monitor the jokes or fake reports? I mean, yeah, of course, man. Of course, nothing like that's going to get through. I mean, they're going over everything with a fine tooth comb that they're going to put on that site because they don't even want to put things there. Let's remember that. I mean, they don't want to do this stuff. This is all because there's been enough of a stink put up from ufology, and enough people like Corbell and stuff have caused at least enough noise. And I don't agree with what they're doing because a lot of the content that they have is not true. And there's been a lot of controversy over the videos. A lot of videos have been fake, but it doesn't change the fact that they don't want to talk about this stuff. And it just seems like that's where that's going to go at this point.
Ensure, again, privacy, both from a statutory and a regulatory standpoint, but then also to ensure that that website and the information there is secure. So this will be something that we'll continue to keep the public updated on. AARO is focused on the facts, taking in information, reviewing the facts, and then when possible, declassifying that information, making it available. Okay.
Which is never anything that we're going to want to see. Never anything that would actually, get us anywhere down the road at this point. I mean, I don't mean to be a broken record on this. I just really want to, in this short time that we're going through this, hammer home that this website is really just here to squash a lot of this topic for the Pentagon.
Thank you. Go to Tony and then go to the phone.
On the website, I just want to be clear, civilians can access it, but they can't post their UFO, UAP photos or video.
Bless this guy's heart, but it's a terrible question. Obviously, they're not going to get on here and post anything. Come on. Sometimes these reporters, God, I just wish that they would think a little bit more. No, the public doesn't have any access to run the website. It's a Pentagon-ran website. What do we think?
On the site, is that right?
That's correct.
On the website, I just want to be clear, this is not something the public can voluntarily post what they think are UAP episodes. This is DoD, it's like a repository of what you've already disclosed.
There are all right, a couple of phases here. So what you have today is information from AARO that has been declassified as it relates to looking into UAP reportings. The next step will be in the relatively near future enabling service members and civilians, DoD civilians, who have reports to make regarding UAPs to be able to submit those for consideration and review by AARO.
Of course. And he just says exactly what I said. There's no way they're going to give like public access to the site. You're going to be able to send in your videos that they're never going to look at because they don't care. And then just never get an email back. Yeah, they're going to do that for you.
As it relates to the public being able to provide inputs, that is something that we will look to do in the future, but I don't have an estimate right now in terms of when the public will be able to submit reports in terms of private citizens.
Never. I'm going to call that right now. Never, because I don't think they're going to work with the website enough for that to even matter. I just think that it's just never going to get to that point.
For example.
On the AARO question, it's also under our understanding that the program itself is now going to be under the purview of Deputy Secretary Hicks. I'm just wondering what that changes operationally about AARO and about the way it functions.
Yeah, well, operationally, it doesn't change the way that AARO functions other than, again, it highlights the importance of the program to the department and the fact that it has the Deputy Secretary's full attention to ensure that she's able to advocate and fight for the resources that they need in order to conduct their mission.
And Congress mandated that you all share what is unclassified on that website. There was an amendment to the end.
Well, of course, dude. Why would they put anything classified on there? See what I'm saying? Sometimes like the stuff they say is just, it's frustrating, but
DAA sponsored by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer that would have the National Archives declassify its UAP or UFO records Is AARO going to be doing that as well, looking to declassify some of the information that it has?
Yeah, let me take that question because I don't know the answer to that. We'll come back. Yeah.
I have one more if you may
Third
just
one.
indulge me.
All right.
The whistleblower who came forward, former Air Force Intel officer David Grush, the claims that he made in Congress in that congressional hearing were based on interviews he said he had done with 40 people as he was reporting to AARO as well. Are any of those reports going to be published on this website, those interviews, or would any of those people who he allegedly interviewed be made available to Congress?
Just to clarify, the interviews that he himself conducted?
He said that information that he had was based on interviews that he had done or spoken to people, 40 people or more. I'm just wondering if any of those...
Yeah, so again, as I understand it, AARO is very willing to take any inputs or information.
Which is against what Grush said. I mean, Grush said that he offered all of this information to Kirkpatrick, and Kirkpatrick turned it down. But I mean, once again, I don't see what makes this reporter think that they're going to post, interviews. I mean, do they really not know? I guess we should just pause the video at this point for sure, and just I should make this really clear what I think here. Do these guys really not know that what this AARO website is all about? What AARO is really all about? How do they still not get it yet? That this is all completely here to squash this, man. That this is all meant to be a black hole. It's meant to be a vacuum to take all of these reports and sanitize them and do nothing with it. I mean, how much more evidence do you need that the Pentagon is not interested in this topic? And the only reason why you even have this guy come out here and promote this website is because they want these reporters to know. They want them to go, hey, here's our website. Here's where you can go for all the real UFO shit. We're going to have the real videos. We're going to give you. That's what this is. This guy's, they're promoting this to get everyone to look at this, and then to get these reporters, after these reporters continue to get shut down, question after question. Because what are you going to do? What happens next week when they come in and they ask similar questions and they say, well, where are these videos? Are these videos going to be on the website? We haven't heard about this. And the Pentagon keeps saying that, no, they're not going to deal with it. Or if they come in and say, if a new video is released from, let's say, Corbell, just for instance, okay? And they come in and they say, what is the Pentagon's opinion on this new report or this new video? This guy is just going to go, well, is it on AARO's website? Reporter's going to go, no. Well, we haven't looked into it. Maybe we'll look into it, and we don't have anything to say on it. So they're gonna quit asking questions, and I think that's a big part of why they're promoting this, why they're making such a big deal out of it. They really want to shut it down
And to investigate into claims of UAP.
It's like they want to get back control of the narrative. The narrative from UFOs has gone so haywire. They've tried with UAP to kind of change the name and take back the narrative, but that didn't work. And they've had these committee hearings now in Congress, and that's not really helped them either. I mean, all they've got is a lot of Congress people like Burchett who are now beating down the door trying to get Grush a clearance, and it's caused them a lot of drama over time. So the smart thing that they've done is create this opportunity for themselves to kind of slow things down.
And so if that information is made available to the department, certainly we'll take a look at it. In this particular individual's case, I do not know whether he has provided it to AARO to review or not. But again, broadly speaking, this office, for obvious reasons, is going to take this mission seriously. They are taking it seriously, and so would be willing to look at anything that's provided. So thank you very much. All right, back to the room. We're going to go to Brandy, and then we'll come over here. Yes.
Thank you, Pat.
Hey,
back to AARO, 2 more questions. Is Dr. Kirkpatrick and his team set to deliver their next mandated report to appropriate congressional committees with updates on their ongoing cases of UAP investigations? And if so, when?
Yeah, I'm not going to provide a date from the podium here, Brandy, but I will say that we expect that report to be delivered relatively soon. And so, of course, when we do, we'll let you know.
And then just given the momentum, I feel, around UAP transparency, Would Deputy Secretary Hicks or the department commit to regularly briefing us on AARO's updates?
Thanks, Brandy. So we will, by evidence of this website, we will do everything we can to ensure that the public has information as it relates to UAP
That the information that relates to UAP that we agree with and that we want to tell you.
that's releasable, that's
Releasable. God, I'd love to have the Pentagon define what's releasable to them.
factual. And so, we will
Factual.
commit to providing timely, accurate information on this topic. Again,
Timely,
Patrick
accurate.
available to the press?
Again, I'm not going to do scheduling here or action officer work here from the podium, but again, we will continue to keep the public informed on this important topic. Thank you very much.
No, you won't. No, you won't. He hopes it falls off a cliff and dies. That's what he hopes. Absolutely. Well, I mean, what can we say, guys? The website is just something that is just another tool, yet again, that's here to go against us at this point. I wish it wasn't, but the problem is that when it's in the hands of the Pentagon, we just don't have any hope from that at all at this point. And it sucks to say, because we all want to get more and more information out of all of this at this point, but it's not looking good. Especially with the Grush situation, it's not looking good. He's kind of gone silent. So yeah, that's just my quick thoughts. I just wanted to go over. We're not going to get disclosure from website, guys, unfortunately. So hopefully we get a whistleblower at some point, somebody that actually can come out and kind of blow the roof off on what's going on. But I'm not really holding my breath at this point, because we're getting close to the end of the year, and it's just going to slow down. A lot of this topic is just going to really, really slow down. A lot of people are feeling that. A lot of people are getting, angry and getting frustrated and getting upset. I understand. I am too. It's not in a good spot. We're not in a good spot. I wish I could say we were, but we just aren't. But that's going to do it for me. This is just a quick, my 2 scoops. I'm Ice Cream Shots. Thank you for watching Terrestrial Material. Like, share, subscribe. And yeah, that's my 2 scoops. Have a great Friday night, guys. See ya.